Alright, Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Ape Escape Free Part 28. So we're going back to the harbor dock level. We're going to find the remaining monkeys. There's actually still quite a lot of monkeys hiding left in this level. They're all hiding in the very intricate machine. There's 11 monkeys left. They're all hiding in the intricate machinery and the intricate like buildings and things like that we all have around here that have machinery in them and all sorts of things to hit and crank and turn around. And then there's a boat too, where there's one stuck inside the boat, and that's where the secret area ends this level too. It's inside that large boat. But look at that, we just began the level. I already captured one monkey who's hanging around on the edge here. And look, there's another monkey that's hiding in the sea. I wonder if the monkey has gills or something like that. He's been in there for quite some time, hiding underwater from us. He isn't using a scuba gear or anything like that. He's able to hide in there. I'm convinced that some of these monkeys can just breathe underwater for infinite amounts of time. We see monkeys swim in all the Ape Escape games since the first one, and they can seem to still live underwater for what seems like an infinite amount of time. They don't need to come up for any air. So I guess these monkeys have some sort of ability to breathe underwater for long periods of time. Or maybe there's something in their peak point helmet programming that programs them to be able to, live underwater for such a long amount of time. I sometimes wonder if these monkeys are ever actually regular monkeys at all. They all seem to be the same species. They all seem to look exactly the same, and this definitely are mostly all the same. I wonder if they're even real monkeys at all. Maybe they're clones of some super monkey, or maybe they're, what else could they be? Maybe they're, maybe they're like, maybe they're robots or something like that, or some sort or something like that. I know, it never really says that they are anything like that, but now I'm trying to think they might be something. That might explain why they could be easily mass-produced like that and all look exactly the same. I mean, I'm sure like a lot of enemies in games are like, they'll have video games of enemies that all look the same. I used to make fun of that Spider-Man game from 2000, having enemies, all the thugs and henchmen, they all look exactly the same. But of course, that's really just due to console limitations, the limitations of gaming systems at the time. Even modern systems, I don't really know about modern systems. I know like a lot of, even games in this era still had that same problem. That same problem. It can only hold, the disk space can only hold so many like physical models for so many different characters. Maybe for monkeys, it's simpler to reuse the same one. And from a modeling perspective, I know I worked in 3D modeling before. It's really easier to model just one enemy and use it several times than it's to model a different enemy for each individual time that enemy appears in the game. So we're going inside of this building, because I'm pretty sure there's still some monkeys here that are hiding for us. Oh yes, look, there's a monkey right there. Look, he's right over there. One of those green monkeys. This level is almost a little bit like that, like in the Dark Ruins, I think in the first Ape Escape. There was one of those green pants monkeys that was hiding around there by this machinery that would blow a lot of wind at us and knock us off the edge. I remember the TV tower had a set in the original Ape Escape at another level that was kind of like that. You don't really see much of that in Ape Escape Free. There's a lot of times where we come across like wind blowing or stuff like that, or wind that's blowing towards us or against us, but it never really seems to be much of a problem in this game. It never seems to be lethal like it was in Ape Escape 1. That's why they took wind out of this game or something like that. I mean, there was some of that in like the airplane level, but even then it didn't really seem, I thought there would be some stuff at the airplane level, but nah, there wasn't any of that in the airplane level. So now here's a conveyor belt, which I'm pretty sure is another, oh no, there isn't any monkeys in here, but there's a switch in here, which is, so yeah, I see the switch activates the platform over there. Yeah, it activates the platform where we could jump on there and jump over there and jump over these lasers. It doesn't really matter if we get caught this time around because, well, we already got the switch, right? Hit the switch, already got what we came for. And so now we could jump in. It's almost a bit like that Clockworks level from Mario 64. It's like turning things there. There's like there's like gears grinding everywhere, platforms coming in and out and twirling around and stuff like that. It's one of the more challenging levels. I don't think I ever got every star in that level for that very reason. The most amount of stars I ever got in Mario 64 is 119, which I think is 1 star short of how many there are in total. There's 120 stars, I think, in total, if I remember correctly. I don't know, I haven't played Mario 64 in a long time, except for a few days ago when I was making a video on my Raspberry Pi 400 demonstrating games on it. I played Mario 64 and it doesn't work very well on the Raspberry Pi 400, but I'm not really surprised. The Raspberry Pi 400 is not really that great at emulating N64, and a lot of N64 games don't turn out that well. Yeah, it can emulate PS1, Dreamcast, and PSP perfectly fine, but N64, yeah, it's not really that good. It's not good at emulating Nintendo DS games either. I tried and they run very choppy. They're still playable, like most N64. I mean, a lot of N64 games are still playable, but they're very choppy and not very like good. And they're very choppy. And the sound doesn't work well. But again, the N64 didn't really have good sound, that good sound to begin with. Disc-based systems always had better sound than cartridge-based systems. And I still want there to be a PS2 emulator for Raspberry Pi. Oh look, the movie we could film. I think it's supposed to be a reference to like something like Terminator 2 or something like that, 'cause it involves supposed to be like that gold monkey, like a golden robotic monkey. He's going against like the one with the monkey with the skin on it, the humanoid skin, or makes him look more like a real monkey. Shiny Pete. It's cool. We already caught a gold monkey in the AP Jones level. When he was with AP Jones, there was a gold monkey there. Goldmon is what he was called. And there's another gold monkey in this game. I wonder how much he weighs. I think you might be able to throw him in that Super Monkey Throw Stadium game, which I don't know how it's even possible, because gold weighs a lot. I tried picking up a bar of gold once at a gold museum I went to once, and boy, it's really heavy. It's extremely heavy. That gold. I thoroughly know. But then again, these are not ordinary monkeys. These monkeys probably are strong enough to lift up a lot of gold and throw gold far. These monkeys seem to be capable of anything. I'm surprised they never did successfully take over the world or rule the world. Maybe they secretly don't like Spectre, and maybe they let themselves get caught because they don't like Spectre, and they don't want Spectre to win. Maybe they have some sort of sense of favoritism for us. Did Spectre ever ask these monkeys if they were actually serious about working for him or not? No, he probably didn't. They probably just got forced into all of this. And maybe they see, and that's why maybe there's like a secret, like maybe they do want to fight against Spectre. But if Spectre won the outcome of this game, these apes probably will form an insurrection against him eventually. But that's not happening because they pretty much all let themselves get captured by us. So now we'd have cleared out the harbor docks, so now we could go back to Tomoki City. There weren't very many monkeys left in Tomoki City. We captured the vast majority of the monkeys in Tomoki City the first time around, so now we just have to go back and get some of the most challenging monkeys to capture in the entire game. That's right. Some of the most challenging monkeys to get in the entire game are in Tomoki City. So we saw it the first time around. Isn't the part we have to stand on that futuristic flying platform? Looks like it came right out of the Jetsons or something like that, or we have to ride on it. And then capture the monkeys that are in the sky. Then I have to go to the hidden section. There's still some more monkeys left to capture. And to think, in the original Ape Escape, the first level only had 4 monkeys, and this level's making us capture 8 monkeys on the second time we went through the level. Yeah, that's how far Ape Escape has really come. Ape Escape really has come a long way in only these few short games. Well, not really short games. Actually, are quite long. This game definitely does have it's definitely worth it considering how long it is. You really are getting your money's worth if you're buying this game, as I said before. Or more the reason why I really recommend this game. This is a very good game, and it's coming near to an end. It's going near its end, and well, and yes, it's coming near the end, and I think it's good that we're finally getting through this game. We're finally taking out Spectre. Spectre can't rule forever. I was always really good at this game. I was always good at getting through this game in a very short amount of time. I remember when I first got this game in August of 2007, I actually got through the game in a very quick amount of time. I played this game for hours every day, and I didn't really struggle that hard. I struggled a lot more with the original Ape Escape than this one. This one seemed a lot more straightforward to me. I actually liked this one a bit more than the original Ape Escape when I was a kid, mostly because I've had more content. It was just as good as the first one was from the way I see it, as from a gameplay perspective, and it has more content. It has good music, just like the first one. The only thing I really liked a lot more about the first one was the fact that it has better mini games. Because the first one, without a doubt, has way better mini games. I know I've said that a lot before, but yeah, the first Ape Escape does have a lot of mini games. I actually made videos of those Ape Escape 1 mini games years ago, before I even did commentary in my videos. That's how ancient those videos are. Way that long ago when I didn't do commentary in my videos. I didn't think commentary was feasible for me back then, but well, it is now. Because I used my phone as a microphone. I didn't think my phone's microphone was good enough to be a recorder. I didn't think it was worth buying a microphone for that. Microphones were like kind of very pricey. I looked at them up and I'm like, whoa, it's like freaking expensive. Then I realized my phone makes a really good microphone, hence the name, phone. It has phone in the word microphone, and this is a phone. So yes, I guess it makes sense to make for a good phone. A lot of people use their phones for microphones these days. Heck, people use their phones for everything now. We live in a phone-dependent society these days. Remember back in the good old days when a phone was just something you had on a coil wire in your house, and you just use it to call people and then talk to people and stuff like that? And that, well, no, of course, phones aren't really, well, I mean, I still have a landline phone. Yeah, that's how old-fashioned I am. I still have a landline phone, but But most people I know don't really have those anymore. They just use their smartphones for everything, and I'm using a smartphone to record this commentary right now. Because smartphones are, just that good. That without a smartphone, I wouldn't be able to make these videos. I wouldn't be able to make this awesome commentary you guys all like listening to. I know how much you guys love hearing my commentary, love hearing what I'll have to say about things. And there's a feature, you can see more of the feature scene background. You can see some graphical corruptions in there too. Yeah, there's still some graphical corruptions. It's really involved. I think you have to jump and you swing the nunchucks around, the net nunchucks around, and watch the more graphical corruptions that appear on the screen. The city actually does look like a city that could exist in real life. The city you see in the background, because cities are looking, cities are not necessarily futuristic these days, but the city in the background there does look like it could be. I don't know, maybe it was a city that was built a long time ago, and they still kept the buildings. I know a lot of buildings that were built in like the 1930s that are still standing. Heck, I know a lot of buildings that were built in the 1800s that are still standing in downtown my city. I walk by them a lot and watch the homeless people begging for money. I wonder if there's any homeless people in Tomoki City that just stand on the streets and beg for money all the time. Beggars are so common that they're considered a tourist attraction in my city. People come to my city just to watch beggars beg. And eventually we're going to be coming across beggars that are going to be like real life Aladdin or something like that. Aladdin in real life or something like that, where people have to steal food for money and they have to have the Sultan's thugs come after them and try and threaten. Yeah, I can imagine that happening in my city. It makes sense considering how housing prices are really expensive. Almost everything costs way too much these days. That's why that song by Bare Naked Ladies, If I Had $1 Million, that song aged poorly, simply because $1 million can't really buy anything anymore. $1 billion's not that big of a number at all anymore. Their houses don't even cost. Houses cost way more than that now. No real good house costs $1 million anymore. And that makes Dr. Evil's claim that, he can put the world at ransom for $1 million. Makes it seem even more ridiculous. You want to hold the world ransom for $1 million. $1 million. And then he makes it $100 billion. In the third movie, he makes it $1 gajillion, billion dollars. They just really had to shoehorn another joke about him, not about him putting the world at ransom. They always have to shoehorn those kinds of jokes into the movies. I don't realize how this Austin Powers movies rehash jokes from every movie. It seems like every movie kind of has the same kind of formula and the same kind of joke structure or something like that. I never realized how much they rehashed. I just watched those movies again not too long ago, and I just realized that, yeah, they do reuse a lot of stuff. They do rehash a lot of stuff. Then again, a lot of those movies are still better than a lot of the movies we have today. I actually prefer a lot of older movies, like movies from the late 90s, from the 90s and the 2000s. And movies back, people knew what they were doing back then with movies then. And look, I just captured 3 monkeys all in one swift. I don't think I've ever done that before. Captured 3 monkeys all at once. There's Tomoki posters on the wall. They're promoting Tomoki. So now we capture all of them in Tomoki City. The good thing is we don't have to fight Dr. Tomoki again. He's still reformed. So now we just have to get the last monkeys in Spectre's space station, and then we could take on Spectre. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.